Hey everybody, this is Mike with Door and Lock Tips. As I promised, part 2 of ITL and the user's manual. Enjoy. Welcome back to the show, everyone. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips. I can't wait to show you part 2 of a greater picture of an ITL machine, how you use the operator's manual and cut a key with the machine. Show you the end result of learning your operator's manual and why it's so important, guys, to have this operator's manual in your hands out at your shop when you're cutting a key, many keys, many different kinds of keys with your ITL machine. If you look at part 1, you're going to see how you catalog your keys for the ITL machine, easily reference your keys in your key inventory, and you make these wonderful little books that really house earrings of all things. You get them from Amazon and you put your keys in here, and I just love them. They're very inexpensive, and you put all your keys in these things. But today, part 2, is I'm going to cut several keys with the ITL machine. I'm going to show you how to input the numbers, the operator's manual. I'm going to show you how to use this operator's manual with your ITL machine. Gotta know this stuff. If you own this wonderful ITL machine, you are going to really appreciate a quick view, just a quick view of how to do it. And you're going to go, oh wow, I'm so glad to see this. So please, let's go into the studio, show you how to use the ITL. So come on with me, come on. Let's go. Come on, guys, let's get into the studio. Come on, follow me. Hit that like button, guys. It really helps the channel out. And I want to show you how easy it is to use the ITL with this wonderful manual they send with the machine. So this is the operator's manual. Let's see quickly how we can use this machine. Now, we're on a page that's so important. Here's the different key blanks, and you need spacers, but it comes with spacers. Here's some of the common key blanks. Here's the real common key blanks. You have best, you have SC1, Schlage, and Schlage, this spacer works with the majority of the keys that you're ever going to use. Number 2 spacer, right there. I have my caddy, so you can buy a caddy. It's magnetic. It's called an insert caddy. Isn't that nice? Nice hunk of aluminum. Magnets inside. They hold the spacers in place. And most of these spacers you get with the machine. I bought a couple extra. I bought some hardened ones. I really don't suggest you buy the case hardened ones. They're a lot more money. And I just found that these spacers never wear out. We're going to be using 2 spacers today. This particular number 2 works with the majority of the keys. It goes down here in the chuck, slides right inside there, and it keeps the key spaced away from the cutter. There's spacers for the different widths of keys. Pretty cool, huh? So this works with the KW1. Bunch of keys, guys. SC1 key. I'm going to show you how to use this machine to cut these 3 simple keys. The KW1, the SC1, and a best of whatever flavor it can be. This is an A, a best A key. I'll show you how to use them with this killer machine. Now watch how easy it is. You just turn the machine on and it's ready to go. There's no lead time for the software to warm up. So the next thing you do is decide what key you're going to cut. We're going to cut just a regular house key, KW1, quick set key. So I know that goes along with this spacer, number 2 spacer. I'm going to put it right in the chuck so it slides right in here. Here's the little handle for the chuck. I make sure it's clean. There's no chips behind the spacer. very important. You don't want to chip. This machine is so critical on space. I mean, if you're off a thousandths, you're going to have a bad cut. We have a shoulder stop right here. When you push your key into the chuck, you do not have to push hard against this shoulder stop. I thought, I was scared. I thought, man, you got to push hard. You barely push, guys. Just get it in there. Make sure it's square with the spacer or parallel with the spacer, and tighten your chuck down, and you're ready to cut. When you first buy your key machine, it's going to be set up to come alive on the SC1 key. And what I mean by that is, here is their test key. So they send a test key along with it. So you set your spacer up like that, and you put your SC1, and then you use your vernier calipers to measure the depths according to your book. So when you get the machine, it comes pre-set up for an SC1 key. So when you turn it on, it's already set up. Manufacturer is going to be for Schlage. Just to make you doubly aware of this, when you turn on your ITL, it's set up for the SC1 key from the factory, but you can change it. It's set up. It says setting default manufacturer ID. So it's preset from the factory to cut an SC1 key. But guess what? You can change that. If you cut a lot of best keys, it'll come alive for the manufacturer of the best. This is a A2 system. Set your machine up from the manual to start up. When you first turn it on, it'll turn on and it'll be set up for best if you want. Isn't that cool? So if you're in an institutional situation and you only cut SC1s, or you cut Sargent or any of these keys, it can come alive just in that situation. Nice, nice. And the manual's clear on how to set that up. And it'll save that setting for you. Let's find out in the book where the KW1 quickset key is. So I just take my book, and I already have them pre-marked, the page numbers. And I turn to that page, and I have already highlighted in the book where this is and which ITL manufacturing, let's see up here, goes all the way down. This is the ITL's manufacturing number. So the quickset has a manufacturing number of 265. See that? ITL 265. So what I do is I push clear reset, 265 manufacturer. Now guess what? It's telling me the insert is a number 2 and it's a flat 8. So those are the widths of the cut. You don't have to know any of that flat 8 stuff because it's already pre-set up with this software that's embedded in the machine. No tablet update thing. It's already embedded in the machine. This is so wonderful. It's 265 is the manufacturer. Now all I got to do is put my code in. We're going to go ahead and put in 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there's 5 cuts on this quickset. 1 is right here. It's on this side of the book. These are from the shoulder to the center of the cut. Would start at 247 to the center of the cut. And the depths, and if you guys are familiar with the depths on a quickset key, 328 thousandths, and that would be depth number 1. So when I get my vernier calipers out, that better be 328 thousandths using my vernier calipers. So let's go ahead and cut a key. So I put in 111, and let's go ahead and cut it. But first, how you have to do this is I put in that code. I'm going to recap this one more time for you guys so you can gather your thoughts. Let's just start over again real quick. 265 manufacturer. 265 manufacturer. Then I put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's 5 cuts. I could go on, you know. You could do 6 cuts, but I'm only doing 5. Then I push the word code, which puts the number from the bottom to the top. Now, all I got to do is push cut. I have my number 2 spacer in. I've already put my key in. Let's go ahead and cut. Machine is all automatic, killer motor, and this head is moving, and the motor that operates this particular cutter head, it can go on angles, which is so cool. This machine is so cool. So if you get a chance to own an ITL 9700A, this is the machine, I'm telling you. You'll never look at another one. Now, let's measure it. Watch this, guys. See these cuts? They're all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All these cuts right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my vernier calipers on one of the cuts. It should be 328. They're dead on. Look at the book. Number 1, you go up to find out if it's a number 1 cut. That's the only problem with this book. You almost need, you know, a ruler to find your way up. But, you know, you do this enough, you're going to understand it. So we'll go all the way up. That's number 1. And what's the first measurement? 328. So it's from the bottom of the key to the bottom of the cut. 328. Perfect. And these keys can vary in widths, especially quickset. So don't be too freaked out. Guess what? If you want to, you can adjust the depth on the machine. So there's a parameter of depth and space. This machine is easily adjusted. Here's the settings for setting up the depths. And I do a lot of Medico, and I want a quick reference to that page. So I just went ahead and wrote it out in the space under the Medico flowchart. I wrote how to do it. It's kind of easy. I'm going to hold here so you guys can take a real close look. So if you want to repetitively cut the same key, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, quick set, you don't touch anything. All you do is push the cut. There's the bitting, showing you the bitting again. And where it starts is from the shoulder, which is this furthest part over. The shoulder of the key. And it goes all the way down the cuts. Most people, if they have like a HPC Blitz or one of those machines, it would take you a lot of cranking to do what I just did in a few seconds. Let's see how long it really takes to cut a key. Okay guys, I'm going to show you just how long it takes to cut a quick set key. Right here, you set your key up in your chuck. Let's go ahead and start the timer right now. Timer now. All right, I want to cut a key. I'm going to cut a quick set key to 22222. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I've already put the insert in. I'm going to put it in the chuck. I want you to see this. I'll do it one-handed. I have a stop there. It's a little stop. It goes up. Nice spring-loaded stop. I've got the key loaded. Now I push clear reset. I'm going to push 265 manufacture because that's what my book tells me once I find the quick set key spot. So 265 is the manufacturer right here. 265. Now I'm going to put in 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There is my bitting. I'm going to push code. Now I have the bitting all set in the machine. All I got to have to do is push cut. All right, I'm going to push cut. The key is cut. Let's go ahead and check the depth of the key. 305. 305. So number 2 cut is 305. Dead on. Let's clear this. I'm going to go ahead and put a key in. We're going to leave the key machine set up the same because I just want to cut another key just at the same depths. Code cutting machine here. We're going to start now. Put the key in, raise the shoulder, tighten, and cut. Try that with any other machine. Wonderful. So we're at 36 seconds now. Great machine. We're going to go ahead now and cut an SC1 key. This is so common. I'll show you exactly how to cut this key. First, you find it in your book. I've already pre-marked this, which you're going to do that anyway. You're going to pre-mark your book. Mine's on page, let's see, 54. Schleg, down here. Okay, here it is. So the manufacturer is 391. See that? 391. All right, and there's our depths right here. And this is the edge of the key from the shoulder of the key to the center of the cut. The first one would be 231. I need to show you that, by the way, how that really works. But let's go ahead and set this one up. So we're going to clear reset. I'm going to put in the manufacturer 391. 391 and an MFG. Insert 2 and the manufacturer is 391. So you got quick reference on that. Now I'm going to put in the depths. We're going to say 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I have 5 depths. I push the code, puts it at the top. I'm ready to insert the key. And I don't have to change the spacer because it uses the number 2 as well. You set it in the chuck. Now I do like to make sure there's no chips in there. Well, you can take your key and you can slide it, by the way, back and forth. Make sure you can't feel any chips. And kind of hard to show you guys one-handed. Supposed to do this two-handed, but I pull the shoulder, stop up right here, and tighten the key and push cut. Now, according to the manual, the first cut, number 1, well, I put in 2, right? Let's see. Code. Yeah, I put in 2. You can quick reference it if you just push code. You can see what what the code is. Oh, and by the way, you can change it at will. Now I can change without pushing clear reset and putting in the manufacturer. I can just push clear. I can put 22222, which are fives, and then push code, and now I'm set with the SC1 still set up for manufacturer. 391 manufacturer. Didn't have to do anything. So you'll get real familiar with your machine. Let's go ahead and measure this. It should be 305, and it's dead on 305. And that's 305. Yep, 305, and there's a 0, and this is 1, and that's a 2 second depth. If you slide your finger up, you'll see there's a 0 on this one. Number 2, if you had a ruler and you went all the way down, you'd be at 305. Now let's see 231. See that measurement, 231? Let's see this. 231. Is you use the other ears of your vernier caliper. You put them against the shoulder and the center, and it is dead on, guys. Dead on in the center of that flat cut. From the shoulder to the center of the cut, 231. Right there, 231. All right, that takes 2 keys out of the equation for this nice little demonstration. Now we're going to cut a best key. And this is an A2 system. So according to the book, you have to set it up to that manufacturer, A2 best. And it doesn't matter what flavor key, this is an A. So let's go ahead and set this up. But we have to change the spacer. I refer to my manual. I've already pre-set up the page. There it is, best A2. Well, the first cut, I'm going to do a 111, so it should be a 305. That's what I'm going to set that up to. So the manufacturer is 54. Manufacturer 54. So let's go ahead and set that up. Clear, reset. I'm going to put in this spacer. I kind of just push it out of the way. You can take a key, push the number 2 out. That's the number 2 spacer. And I'm going to put in, according to the manual, 1B. The manual says put in a 1B. And let's just see if that's true. Clear, reset. Manufacturer is 54, according to the manual, 54. Manufacturer, it says a 1B. There it is, 1B, right there. Special spacer so that it doesn't hit anything. So let's go ahead and put that in, slide it in there. And this is a tip stop. So according to the spacer, just so you can see this, it's tip stop. Isn't that nice? So let's go ahead and put that back in. Now these best keys are real critical in depth. So you do not want any chips. In fact, you don't want to over tighten your chuck, especially on the A. This key blank is paper thin. I wish it wasn't, but the A is paper thin and there's barely anything the chuck is holding on to, and you can bend these keys, especially this one. This is just brass. Got the key set in here. Let's go ahead and put a code in. According to the manual, it shows me right here, I have 54 for the manufacturer. That's 54 right there for a best A2 system. And I'm glad you guys stayed till the end, by the way. Please subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, because these type of videos are very hard on. All right, I'm going to have my first cut right here. Number 1 is going to be 305. 305 thousandths. Let's go ahead and push them numbers in. Oh, I'm going to do 6 cuts. So on a best key, you have 6 or 7 cuts you can put in. Let's see what happens if you do 5. Hey guys, the cool thing about the ITL, if you put in the wrong input, it just won't do it. Let's see what happens. I don't think it'll work. Let's find out. 1, 1, 1. That's 3, 4, 5. Code. Yeah, I can cut 5 cuts. So we're going to push clear reset. We're going to push 54 manufacturer. That's best. It's an insert 1B. You don't have to worry about the flats, okay? That's on there, but you're never going to adjust that. According to this, 54. And it's a insert 1B. That all tells me that. I'm going to put in 1, 1, 1. So that's 3 ones, 4 ones, 5, 6. Code. Now it's shifted the numbers up here. Little beauty still cuts from the shoulder. The shoulder. It's not going to cut from the tip first. Even though that's your number 1 cut, it's going to cut from the shoulder side. Well, we'll call it the head of the key side. So not from the tip, but the head of the key side. Keep that in mind when you're implementing these numbers. So you always want to put in your tip number first. Well, guys, you better pay close attention. I'm going to explain this exactly how it works with the ITL and best. I think I better explain something here. I wrote this down in my book. You want to start with your tip depth first. Whatever your bitting is, your tip first in this ITL machine. Okay, you got to start with that first. So I reset this. So if my tip had a number, let's say 6. Okay, I just reset this because I want to show you what I mean. So let's say my tip's depth, the tip of the key right here by this stop, was a 6. Let's just go ahead and do that. 6. And the next cut over from the tip, the next cut over towards the bow head of the key is a 5, and then a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. So that's 6 cuts. Now let's see, there's a little blinker cursor underneath there. Let's see where it starts to cut the key. Be fast here and show you how it works. So the cursor is blinking where it's going to start on the key, okay? Watch this. Cut. No bidding. Oh, I forgot to push code. You got to push code. Clear reset. 54. And manufacturer. Now I'm going to put 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I started with the 6 as the first tip of the key. Now I'm going to push code. Now it's pushed the numbers up. Now I'm going to push cut. Now I got to be fast to show you what I'm talking about. All right, it's starting with number 1. Let's get the camera out. And sure enough, it started at the bow of the key cutting. And as you can see, the key is cut like swooping down. So the number 6 cut was at the tip. So the reason I wrote that in my book is that's hard to remember. So you're always going to start with your tip depth first. This might really help you guys out. It really might. Go ahead and cut this again. I'm going to show you how this machine works. Close up. Here we go. It's not cutting anything because I already cut the key. You notice it started by the bow side first. Let's review that one more time. I'm going to show you right on top here. Let's try to get an overhead view. I think the best is right there. So cut. Starts at the bow side first. So it's quite literally cutting your numbers backwards. But if you put the tip side number in first, won't make a mistake. There we go. I kind of like the noise of this machine. It's so cool. So here is the key. And it is definitely cut neat. So let's get some measurements on it. The first measurement of this key, I went 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the tip, it should be 2, 4, 3. You absolutely must have a set of veneer calipers, real good ones. 2, 4, 3 is right there. So I'm kind of in between. Right there, 2, 4, 3. That's the measurement right there. On the tip, number 6. And these veneer calipers are Michitoyo. These are about $350 worth of heaven. But if you drop them, they're history. And I would never buy a 4-inch again. 6 inches a longer tail, you can hang on better. My hand is just so wide that I'm off the edge. According to the manual, one cut should be 305. So let's go ahead and check the number 1 cut. .305. So there's your key cut to code. You guys, I want to show you one thing, setting your machine up. You can laser cut the keys. Highly don't recommend that on a regular commercial key, but like a car key, that's fine. This is cool, how to electronically change the depth. I've written this out so easy to understand how to change the depth. We're going to follow these directions because you know, sometimes you need to change the depth of the cut, right? And you want to get it exactly perfect because you're cutting a Medico key and you want to tune that up, make sure it's perfect. Here's how you do it, right here. Let's get the machine set up and I'll show you exactly how to change the depth of the machine. First, we push clear reset. You set up 0 now. Negative 1, 2, 3 manufacture and CF depth. You press negative, then you press 1, 2, 3, then you press manufacture. Okay, it says edit up here because I'm going to edit the machine. You push CF. All right, edit calibration. Getting closer. Depth, the word depth. Now there's my calibration right now, 0.006 thousandths. If your cutter starts to wear out, this space is going to change, all right? So let's go ahead. I've already said this, we're at 0.006 because my machine never changes, so I know that. We're going to take away. So it's kind of the opposite. So you go just like this. I pushed the depth word. Now I'm going to push 0.007. All right, 0.007 is less. And if you want to take even less, you're going to go 0.008. So now what do? We push the word depth. Now it's slid itself up in the top, and I just push clear reset. Now my machine has changed by 1/1000ths, guys, less of a cut. So let's go back through it. I'm going to just do it quickly so you can watch. You can read this all in your book, but you're going to push clear reset. Then you're going to push minus 1, 2, 3, manufacturer, CF, then depth. And it's set up now at 0.007. So I want to take more of a cut. I want to have that cutter plunge in further. So I'm going to say 0, 0, 6. Then you push depth and clear reset. Now let's just check it out. Minus 1, 2, 3. And I push manufacturer, CF, depth. We're at 006 now. So it's going to stay this way unless you change it. So it's going to stay this way unless you change it. And I don't want to change anything, right? No depth changes, so I push clear reset, and it's going to stay that way. And let's check and see if that's true. Minus 1, 2, 3, manufacture. Clear. Depth. Yep. 006. Clear reset. So that's how you recalibrate your depth of your machine. Want to calibrate the space from the shoulder to the center of the cut, you can do that as well, but you really need to know that depth information right there. Now this might be a little fun for you. If you stayed till the end, you must actually own one of these machines or thinking about buying one. I'm going to show you how you cut a biaxial medico key. All right, you have to use a flow chart. It's real simple to do. I'm going to show you how it works.
This flow chart is in the front of your book.
First of all, you have to know what insert to use. So according to the manual, it says 2-M3. They left the word M3 out, but most people know when they buy into a system, it's an M3. Okay, that's biaxial. 2-M3. So here's my caddy. So 2-M3. Let's see, that's not that one. It's not the number 2. It's not an A1. 3-M3. Here it is, guys. 2-M3. 2-M3, it's special. You don't want to get these wet and rusty. They are made out of steel. They're not stainless. They're hardened steel. 2-M3. So you're going to put this in your machine as the insert, your spacer. Wow. According to my flow chart, I'm going to press 300 manufacture. So clear reset. 300.
I actually have a mistake here. You're supposed to push minus 300 manufacture and now go on to this next step. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and push -4 manufacture. -4 manufacture. Now those are the words you want to see next. They got a square. That's what you're going to see right there, and it says that. Now I'm going to press code. All right, now here's the trick. I'm not going to cut a key for you because I don't want to waste a key, but I do want to show you exactly how this works. Now, if you own a Medico system, you'll know what the B, the K, the Q, the D, M, and S, that's the forward and aft cuts. And you're going to see this in action. So I'm going to do exactly what the book says. 3B. You have to look for the letters right here. So 3B is right there. So I have 3B. Next is going to be 4K. I'll just tell you what they are, guys. Then the next one is going to be a 5Q. The next is going to be a 6D. The next thing's going to be a 2M. All right, and the last is going to be a 1S. And if you're doing this for the first time, you can go ahead and do a dry run, see if you actually got it right. So now I have to do something next. I see this displayed. That is displayed that way. Now what do I press? I press reset. Don't ask me why they have it set up this way. It's embedded software. Reset. So now it's flipped the numbers over the letters. And it actually shows you that it flipped. Once you display will now read 3B 4K. Let's see. 3B 4K. Yeah, it's all exactly the same as this square. You press clear. According to this, you press clear and it should say ready. Clear. RDY. RDY. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I press cut. Let's zoom out. I'm going to show you how this articulating head works.
Sorry guys, I lost that video. Can you believe it? You know, I've decided I'm going to shoot just a video about Medico and how to cut a Medico key. How about that? Will that make you happy? So stay tuned. Sorry about the mistake here, guys.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a little hot out here. I'm sweating like crazy. You know, I've got some hot lights on me, and it's hot outside. It's the dead of summer, guys. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. Tell your friends. I'll have more great door and lock tips like this, ITL machine, in-depth studies. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer anything about this ITL. Thank you, guys. Please ring that bell and tell your friends, and I'll have more door and lock tips like this coming your way in the future. Thank you, guys. Wow, let's get a bird's eye view. It's not as easy as you think to set up for a close-up shot. You gotta have a few tripods, camera equipment, lights, and it's a little hot behind these lights. There's that ITL. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a little difficult to set up because you don't know if you're really gonna have an interested crowd, but I thought you would at least like to learn about the ITL 9700A. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. What a great machine. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll have more door and lock tips like this coming your way in the future. Thank you, guys.